Hello, everyone. My name is Craig, and today I was asked to do a speech, a manuscript speech for my speech class, and I'm going to actually read my speech with you all today. We were asked to choose a song, a poem, or some type of movie or theater type movie, and actually reflect off of it. And the song that I chose, because I more closely feel have a close feel with music, so the song that I chose is Mary J. Blige, "My Life." So here it goes. If you look at my life and see what I see, is how Mary J. Blige begins her song titled "My Life." This is the catchphrase that Mary J. uses at the beginning of that song. Mary lets her audience know that they do not know about her, and know about her how her life has been. So she basically takes us on a spiritual tour uh, through her life lessons that she learned within her own life. She doesn't exactly get into the details of what went on within her life. So I chose to use the song for my manuscript speech for many reasons. Uh, Throughout my lifetime, I wanted people to know about the events within my life. Because the name of the song, of course, is called My Life, the lyrics closely relate to my own life. One of the reasons I chose the song is because I am a Mary J. Blige fan, a big Mary J. Blige fan. Uh, as I listen to many of her songs and about the messages that she actually tries to send out to her listeners, it actually inspires me. I feel that some of her songs more closely relate to certain things within my own life. Uh, it is almost it is almost like she's actually living two different lives, my life as well as her own. Mary's song inspires me to change my energy. It helps me to come to peace, and it also takes me into a whole separate reality. And I'm going to actually break down Mary J. Blige's song "My Life" with my interpretation of how it is related to my own life. My life actually inspires me to change all of my negative energy into positive energy. In Mary's song, she says, "Life can be only what you make it. When you're feeling down, you should never fake it. Say what's on your mind, and you'll find in time that all the negative energy, it will come to cease." This is actually reassuring for me to know that when times are low, don't act as if they are good. Let it be known to others that yes, things are not good and things are not the way they may seem. Sometimes it is okay to let out our frustrations, and to be honest. Not only to be honest with yourself, but to be honest with other people. That way, to save to save you from all of the negative energy, you would have to release some of that negative energy out. And I do believe in the transference of energy, so that when you release all the negative energies, everything that is going wrong will come to cease. In relation to my own life, this song actually came to me when I was a teenager. It was back in maybe 1998, I would say. So I know what one would probably think. Okay, I was in high school at that time. I was in high school, so I know people were probably thinking, okay, what could possibly be going wrong with him? What's as far as in his life? Because for it to be much stressful. I know one of my family members always said, "Well, you're too young to have nerves, of course." But I had to actually deal with a lot of things, especially with with school back then. Out in the 10th grade, I was actually in limbo with friends. My discovery process of who were my friends, who were not my friends, it was kind of difficult for me. I was actually in a state of wanting to belong, so therefore I tended to please people. That was actually in the beginning. But as I went through the school year, I began to let many of the stigmas that people placed upon me to be exactly what they were, which was nothing. I struggled for many years back in the day being someone that I was not. So I was more or less in a discovery process that I feel. My life actually aided me throughout my discovery process, and consequently, I overcame that period. Listening to Mary J. Blige's song, it seems to bring me into a state of peace. The cause of this peace, in my opinion, would be to know that someone else has endured something similar to my own situation. In reality, I know that Mary J. Blige have not had the same experiences that I have, but I place into my own mindset that maybe she have had some of these experiences, or maybe not. Who's to say? But just knowing that someone else may be going through some of the same situations somewhere else, kind of kind of brings you a little bit at ease. In human service and psychology, it is called empathy. Empathy, which literally translates as in feeling, is the capability to share another being's emotions and feelings. In her lyrics, she says again, "Take your time, baby, don't you rush a thing. Don't you know I know we are all struggling. I know it is hard, but we will get by. And if you don't believe in me, just believe in He." In this stanza, I feel that Mary was really letting me to know basically, take your time. Things happen for a reason, so do not make things come quicker than you would like for them to come. I know that I was going through a lot of struggle in my life at that time also. I care not to discuss. But I would like to give you some history of some other things, such as my family history, like with my mother. My mother, she used to drink when I was actually in high school, and my father was actually in prison. So during that time, we did not have a whole lot of money. My mother did all she could to provide everything that she could for me, and she was absolutely the best mother, despite of her drinking habits. But my mother was very supportive and loving for her kids, as well as her parents. They were very loving and supporting for her towards her and us. So there were times when I actually had to go out and find some peace because of my mother's attitude when she drinks. Sometimes she gets a little aggressive when she drinks. So to find my own peace, I used to do things like go over to my grandmother's house, or maybe even go out and take a walk, or in somewhere in the neighborhood to go play around. I actually struggle with that almost all my life. She's currently not drinking no more, which is a perfectly good thing. As a young boy, they say I found peace. I found peace with myself because I did not say a word. In my introduction speech, I actually kind of mentioned that what happened when I was a little boy. Yes, I didn't speak until the age of 5, and then I finally spoke once I seen some funny reactions going on. So that was a little background on that. My family actually thought I was mute, like I said before, the deaf or retarded. So needless to say, I was none of the above. So I just didn't say anything to anyone. But when I finally did speak, my family was so amazed that because I didn't have to be taught my ABCs or one, two, threes, spoke as if I were speaking for years. So I knew words. I had known words for years. So I was kind of dealing with that. So as a teenager, I found myself also going off into that piece. It happens to actually be a problem even today because I do not have much to say to many people to even let out. So most of everything I endure, I internalize. I try not to embrace my problems on another person. So therefore, I internalize. So my internal self, I find internal peace. I try to stay clear of all drama because, of course, like I said before, I love my peace. Listening to the song, it takes me into a whole separate reality. When I hear this song, it helps let me know that things are going to be all right. And just for a second, I know that things are going to be different. The problems that I have, I no longer have. They're no longer existing.